But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Last Minute Podcast. On the right, I got Zebo G.
What's that?
On the left, we got a very special guest.
Hey, get that baby out the street. What's good, Josh? Your boy JStacks.
Yes, sir. And we back, episode 115 of the most consistent podcast in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
We
The
here.
most. We here.
We here.
We're here. Beautiful
Again.
day. Yeah, we're here. We're here. How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Good?
I'm doing good, but the week's been great.
Okay. That's what's up though. Been a good weekend?
Yeah, great weekend.
Better weekend?
Once again, a lot of work got done.
Yeah. Work. Okay. It's
lot of work.
It's been humid. It's been hot in the Carolinas, but
hot.
yeah, to any Texas listeners and watchers, we respect to you.
Yeah, because we're not built for this.
No. Respect to you. But let's keep it going. Let's go to what we've been listening to this past week. Tanner, let's start with you.
All right, well, that was a curveball.
Uh-huh.
So a good amount of new music dropped on Friday, so I've been listening to Friday's new album.
How is that?
It's actually hard, super hard.
Okay.
I didn't know, I didn't have a big background on Friday. The only thing I had ever heard was what he did on God Did.
Yeah.
And then I saw he dropped a video for, I think it's Hold Me is what it's called. Or he dropped a video for for the single off that album. Saw that, so I was like, all right, let me tap in this album. It's pretty hard though.
I'm gonna
fuck with it.
I'm gonna check it out.
Also been listening to Sauce Walker's new tape, That Boy Then. That shit is hard.
That shit hard.
I love Sauce Walker. Gotta love some real Texas shit.
Yeah.
That Mexican OT, Lone Star Luchador, I'm still listening to that.
listen to that
That
too.
shit is hard. He different. He like, I don't know, bro. He
What?
different. He
For
different.
you to call someone different,
Bro, he different.
that holds some weight.
Yeah, the versatility he shows throughout that project is crazy. I mean, he go from really blacking out rapping to like doing his like country. I don't know what the fuck he got going on, bro. He's just versatile.
Okay. Well,
Still listening to El Toro 2, ESTG. It's hard. It's just more ESTG. So
yeah.
I think everybody knows what I mean by that.
Got you.
Been running Santiago by Russ. It's a pretty good album. I'm not a big fan of when Russ does like the singing because he's so good at rapping.
So good at rapping. Yeah.
But it's a hard album. Been running Rocket Power, Quavo. Really just the intro. I'm not a big fan. Like I still haven't made it all the way through the tape. I don't know what that says about the tape.
That's straight.
Yeah. Still listening to The Patience by Mick Jenkins. That album is hard. He rapping his ass off. No Sleep This Week, Austin Davis.
Shout out AD.
Shout out AD.
Pay to Play Records.
Who's Taking Time? Noah Guy. He's super hard. Porches, Reason. Super hard album. Still.
Yes, it is.
Might be album of the year. It might just be album of the year. It's up there with Killer Mike for me.
Okay.
As far as rap albums go.
Okay.
I did run Tyrus Dion by Lynn Martin again.
Shout out, Coach.
Pay to Play Records.
Quest Called Life, Slade the Supreme.
Oh, yeah, you going crazy this week.
Yeah, I had a good week.
Yeah.
Magic 2 by Nas and Hit Boy.
Okay.
It's growing on me.
It's solid.
When I first listened to it, I didn't like it as much as the other 4 Nas and Hit Boy projects.
Right.
But the more I listen to it, it's growing on me.
It's solid.
The Listening Little Brother, I can't get away from that album. That's just always going to be in my rotation. No Idols, Damo Genesis, The Alchemist, that was hard.
Can't go wrong with that.
Still listening to Ombre. Can't get away from her music either. I just put her shit on in the morning, let it run.
All right.
Ran some Tim's this past weekend. What else I listened to? Went back and listened to some of Vori's projects. He's super hard. I listened to his self-titled album, man. I think it's Lost Souls is what it's called. So he's super hard. Listened to some 704 Chop. And then I ran Killer Mike again. So
Okay. Solid week.
pretty busy week.
Solid week. That is a busy week. Solid list from Tanner. I'll go next. So I've been listening to Cody Change out the EP. It's really good. It's like 5 tracks, I think, in and out. She's one of them artists where if she just gets it's either got to be a feature or like maybe a big producer placement or something. Word. She just needs something major to happen and she'll take off. But she's like at the top of the underground.
Yeah, she like at the She
Yeah.
like on the top of the roller coaster.
Yes, and like
It
she
just ain't dropped yet.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. But it's very solid. I like it. And listen to Brent Faiyaz and Coco Jones' new single, "Moment of Your
That
Life."
shit is hard.
Great song, great song. Me listen to some Jay Hines, 1942. Me listen to Sauce Walker, new album, hard. It's just some good Texas hood shit.
Yeah.
So you can't ever go wrong with that. No, you can't go wrong with that. Been listening to some I Never Liked You featured album. I'm That Nigga played, and I was like, let me go run that.
That's a
run
good
that
album.
project. It's a solid project.
That's a good album.
And I'm not the biggest Future fan. I have the respect for Future, but I don't ever go out and listen to Future.
Yeah.
But and now listen to Hendrix Future. That's still my
That's top tier Future.
that's my favorite Future project. Like, god dang. I listened to Earl and Alchemist new project. It's solid. It's an Earl project.
I thought he sold it as an NFT. Did you buy it?
No, so all you gotta do is sign up for it.
Oh.
And then you can run it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, but it's solid. There's a leak that I've been waiting for it to come out, and it's on there. So I'm happy about that.
Any features on it too?
Mike. It just got
Mike?
Mike on there.
Just Mike?
Yeah. It's solid though. It's solid. Been listening to some a little bit of Lil Tecca, just kind of just running it. Been listening to Texaco's new EP. Can never go wrong with that. Been listening to some Life of Pierre 4. Some Joey Badass. I ran 2000.
Hard.
Yeah. Good project, man. Good project.
He just put good projects together. Just
Yes.
in general.
Yeah, he does. Been listening to some Autumn Rainwater.
Hard.
Shout out Autumn. And of course, Larry June.
Can't go wrong.
Of course. Can't go wrong. And that was my list. And then JStacks, we're going to end it with you.
Oh, nah, okay. So, me, it's crazy because I normally listen to a lot of, how would I say it? I listen to a lot of artists that aren't major yet. So, I go with the major first. So,
Okay.
Of course, I was listening to Burna Boy.
Okay.
So, he dropped his new album. I thought it was dope. It had some dope vibes on there. Then I followed up with Victoria Monet. She just dropped another joint with my boy D-Mal on production. And then I get into like the artists that are still coming up, so
Right.
Which are signed already. But Gabby Sklar, it's called Thank God. It's a pop record. It's just super dope. My girl Ariel, she just dropped something called Settle.
Okay.
And then majority of the other stuff like Mandy Rose, she's still coming up as well. They up under Champagne Therapy Music out in L.A.
Okay.
And things like that. Nimshell, Play About Me. So these are all artists that are kind of like under the radar, still trying to come out. So I spend a lot of the time either listening to stuff that I produce that isn't released,
Right.
or like I go super mainstream. But I try not to be as super heavy mainstream listening because I want to keep my ears fresh for not copying or mimicking
the new sound. You trying to
right,
find what's new.
right.
Yeah.
Trying to just cook up something that's different and not be like, oh dang, like this sound like this, like so. It's kind of different with me.
It's really from a producer
right?
standpoint.
I'm listening from a producer standpoint, but I will listen to anything. But it's just I'm more so listening more to my stuff that I produce. So
Okay. That's solid. Okay. Solid list from JStacks. And solid list from everyone this past week. So let's dive into rap news. We'll quickly go over some things happening in hip hop, and then we'll dive into the interview portion of JStacks. So we have Yo Gotti says rap is semi-boring right now. He quotes, "The rap game right now is semi-boring." Gotti said, "I just feel like since COVID, they put us inside and we never came out. The energy ain't been the same. I feel like we mentally been inside." What we think about that statement?
I would I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree that I think a lot of people are sounding the same. Creativity is low these days with the mainstream artists.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's got a lot to do with why all these people are having trouble selling tickets and canceling shows, stuff like that. Because nothing, I don't know, it don't feel like the mainstream rap right now doesn't feel like it's got any kind of feeling in it. You know what I'm saying?
People just
it
making
feel
music.
copy and paste it. Like it's like, oh well, this worked 6 months ago, so let's just make this song again. Put a different beat. I'll say some different words and then we'll put it out.
I was watching a great video. It was more so about the XXL list, the recent XXL list, but he had a good point. He just said it seems like right now there's nothing fresh, or there's just nothing like in awe. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, Quavo dropped the album, cool. Oh, so and so dropped the album, cool. It's just it's cool, sweet. It hasn't been no like, here's this fresh sound. They're doing their own thing. They have creative videos. The producer, he doing his thing. They're locked in. You know, it's nothing just like this is like the next big thing that's here to stay.
Yeah.
It's just kind of okay. They're going to be here for the next 6 months or year. You know, but after that year, you know,
And
it's.
I feel like it's been like that for a while. That's why you're starting to see the resurgence of like Nas, right?
Yeah.
And like rappers like Nas or Killer Mike. I mean, Killer Mike's been putting out music for 20, 25 years, right?
Right.
And he was with Outkast back in the day, so part of the Dungeon family. But he went #1 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Or probably a month ago at this point. But that's why they starting to come back, because they still they cut from that cloth of, we're not making the same music over and over again.
Yeah.
And that's why it's coming back to the forefront, because everybody else is still making the same music.
We played and also shout out to everybody that watched the For All the Dogs live stream that we had, listening live stream that we had this past weekend. but a lot of people came out, over 800 people came out to watch, and yada yada, and we just ran new singles. But so for example, like Lil Tyler, right? You know, I have nothing negative to say exactly, but like his new single, I was listening to it and I was like, you know what? Let me dive into his whole catalog.
Yeah.
It's so copy paste.
Every song sounds
the
the same.
flow sounds the same. What he's talking about is the same. It's just different beats, slightly different beats. You know what
Still
I'm
the
saying?
same.
And
they
I'm just
right around
like,
the same tempo. Like, this is
what's the pizzazz? I mean, you know, when he went viral for the Law and Order joint, the video was fresh. It was a cool sound. It was a cool moment. You know, I'm like, okay, like this dude, like that. That's
what did you say? Let me go back. You said when he went what?
When he went viral.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're right.
The labels. That's what
You're
I
right.
think. That's what they look for is viral moments and how they could make a quick
Capitalize
flip.
off
Yep.
of that. Yeah.
That's all it is about. But go ahead.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're 100%. You know, he went viral. I'm sure the label's like, we got to get him. He's hot right now. He's going crazy on social media. Let's get him. He's even on tour right now with Moneybagg Yo. You know, It's like, what a huge step. You're going from probably performing at your neighborhood theater to Spectrum.
Yeah.
What a huge gap. You know what I'm saying? And all this is within, 7 months, a year?
But he's just, I don't know. And I hate to like put this on him, but he's just another rapper that's gonna be
Yeah.
here and gone.
Yeah, and
because of the viral, pushing the viral. I mean, he don't have a core fan base.
Yeah, it you know, to go back to what I was saying and to conclude, there just hasn't been no like big wow moment in a good way. It's just these viral moments that's going crazy for, we'll give it a month. Then they get signed and they drop a tape and okay, it does, I don't know, 25, 30K. Cool. Then they get a big feature. Okay, cool. And then it just kind of slowly fade away.
Very, very, very gimmicky.
Yeah, it's just, but one thing I do like, it seems like the lyrical rappers who has been getting laughed at for the past, years or so, the past decade really, okay, now they get to come out of that dark space and get to shine again. And with me, I just want to hear some rap. I'm here for the viral music. It's cool to hear. I'm here for the trap. That's never gonna go away. But at the end of the day, I come to hip hop to hear. I want to hear a story. I want to hear some meaning to it.
I want to hear somebody with something to say.
Everybody tells a story. The videographer tells a story. The producer tells a story. The engineer can tell a story. And the artist tells a story. Everybody's telling a story.
I just want to hear some music that people put some thought into.
Yeah, it's not just let's get a YouTube. Let's get a
Yeah.
YouTube beat. I got a homeboy who's been engineering for a year or so. No space if you haven't been engineering for a year, but my homeboy who's been engineering for a year or so. And I got some raps that I cooked up in my notes. Let's make a song. It's just like,
let's talk about what I don't do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Facts. But yeah, with Gotti's statement, it's not far fetched,
right?
Or so.
Yeah, I think he hit the nail on the head.
I
I don't know what people's reaction to that was. I'm sure most people would agree.
Yeah.
I think that's probably why. I mean, the past decade, you've seen hip hop dominate the charts, and right now it is not doing that.
Yeah, right now if I remember correctly, I want to say it was like rock and country.
Yeah,
that's dominating the charts right now.
Coming back.
Yeah.
It's actually back.
Yeah, 100%. And for the rappers, if you just throwing at something at the wall to see what sticks, man, y'all about to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know, within the next 6 months, if you get lucky.
Yeah.
And you know, the pop right now, the rock, the country, that's coming back. But again, that's incorporating real instruments. That's incorporating, you know, what I'm
Bringing
saying?
the feeling back in the
It's
music.
some music, not
Yeah.
just that. You know what I'm saying? But just a few of the comments. Y'all just ain't listen to Michigan rappers. Shit, far from boring. I don't even want to listen to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
What
like
is a Michigan rapper?
I would assume they were talking about like Detroit. Like
yeah.
like
I'm going to
Rio
assume
the
the
Young
Detroit
OG,
wave,
Rio
but
the Young
again,
OG.
wave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely was a wave.
Key
I mean, they
word.
hard out there, but it was a wave.
Yeah,
It was a moment.
It's cool. Next.
Yeah,
You know?
but it still ain't got no like. I don't know. It's
No.
not timeless music.
Yeah,
No,
worldwide.
Yeah,
New Hampshire can have a wave right now and it'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a wave.
yeah.
You know, Carolina can have a wave. Okay, it's a wave.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what's sticking and staying?
Who's making timeless music?
Us
Whose
here.
album can I run 10 years from now and get the
Exactly.
same feeling?
And boom, we'll leave it there. Okay, and another good topic. T.I. reveals the 4 rappers that he would put on Atlanta's Mount Rushmore of trap music. T.I., of course, he'll say that. Jeezy, Gucci Mane, and Future.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Don't disagree? Is there anybody that you would replace?
No,
Nah.
I'll say I have to agree
I
with
think
y'all.
he,
Well,
I think he's dead on.
Yeah, I think that's solid. A lot of people are agreeing with that. Someone's saying,
I feel like a lot of people might want Thug on there.
Nah, because he had to get birthed through those 4 to...
Yeah,
I feel like if it was somebody, he would be the closest to like a Future, like in those eras. But
yeah.
Yeah.
far
I think
as,
like the new gen Mount Rushmore. Yeah, we'll throw Thug in there. But if we're talking overall,
all time. Yeah, Future gotta have that spot.
you know, Thug can maybe
Megastar.
get the next step. Someone said honorable mention OJ the Juice Man.
Oh man,
Oh no,
I don't know, man. Somebody said Shawty Love. No,
No.
Mount Rushmore.
they got they lane, but nah.
Yeah.
and those are all. I mean, those are all products of these people.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I would say these are the Godfather. This is the Godfather of trap. When I think of trap, Atlanta, these 4, they nail it.
Now I did see somebody that made their own trap Mount Rushmore, and they didn't have T.I. on there.
Yeah,
And I thought
come
that
on,
was
now,
the
come on.
crazy. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
come
Like,
on.
how do you not have T.I.
Yeah,
on
we
there?
can't disrespect T.I. like that.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying, that he didn't drop all them records going stupid.
Plus, I mean, he started the genre.
the
Him and
genre.
Jeezy started the genre.
Yeah, like come on, let's not disrespect him. But that's that. And then just one last thing. So yeah, Drake did not drop For All the Dogs. Again, he did not say technically that he was.
dropping.
But
We had
the
faith.
dots was very connected for him to drop. I will say that. But I saw Hip Hop DX said that it's supposed to drop September 9th or so. Again,
Well,
this
we'll
one
be
of them,
live streaming again.
yeah, this one of the moments where it's just like until Drake says that he is releasing,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's kind of in the air.
I feel like everybody, like the people that haven't dropped yet, they just moving around their release date. Like, I hope
Yeah.
he don't drop on my date.
Yeah.
Please, like, let's hold this album.
Yeah,
I feel like Drake, you know, he could. I don't know if he's in the petty space, but he'll drop it when everybody think they about to go crazy.
yeah,
Make everybody look crazy and number wise, but you know.
Yeah, especially they brought the bundles back.
yeah,
Drake, he probably about to do 500-600.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Because what Travis did, what 450,
Yeah,
470.
He's still going crazy.
Yeah, still. Oh my bad, sorry. But yeah, he's still going crazy.
Yeah, he
so
did like 180 last week.
Right.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's that. So that's enough for rap news. We're going to dive in and let's talk with JStacks.
Let's get it.
Jay
The real
Stacks.
reason we here.
Who are you?
Um,
First of all,
That's a hard question to start with.
yeah. Who?
I'm a record producer. Like, I help see records from the start to the beginning. I help change people's lives.
That's a great.
That's
answer.
a great.
That's
I
a great answer.
like that you said record producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that
He's
too.
not just a producer. He's not a song producer. He make records.
Records. So, just to kick it off, how long have you been producing? How long have you been being a record producer?
I would like to say I started about 10 years ago,
Okay.
But actually, when you start really getting into it, like, you know, I started out making beats. You know, that's the first thing in Fruity Loops. And then I transitioned over to Pro Tools and started recording people for free, just to see how it works, the ins and outs. You know, I met people along the way that showed me like how to work the certain systems like the Pro Tools and the certain DAWs and stuff like that. But realistically, professionally, I would say I got my first start when I produced Dababy's intro. That was like one of those things where it was like a milestone to where I was like, wow, okay, like I produced something that a lot of the masses could hear. So I would say between that time until now, maybe that's probably like 6 years, maybe.
Okay.
So professionally, I've been doing it for 6 years.
So what kind of got you into production? Because you said about 10 years ago, I saw on your Instagram, the first thing you ever posted on Instagram was in December of 2013.
I did see that.
And that was the first video you posted of you even, you know, messing around on it. I think he was on an MPC.
Oh, yeah. It's gotta subconsciously be, I guess, my family. I came up in the church and stuff like that.
Oh,
so
okay.
That could have played a role. My mom, she know how to play piano, but she never taught me. So it was really weird of how I just came about and was like, I want to do music because my passion was baseball at the time.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So,
What position?
Pitcher.
Oh, okay.
But I know how to play all the positions.
I got you.
But you can't. That's no I into it. But so it was baseball, and then, you know, it just transitioned over to music. I don't know what sparked it, but I was like, dang, I don't want to play baseball no more. And that was going into high school.
Okay. So when you first started producing, who were some of your like early influences?
Early influences, I would say Zaytoven, the London on the Tracks. Like, I wanted to produce like that trap music.
Yeah.
And then as I got more into music, I was like, dang, maybe trap ain't really what I want to do. You know, like I still produce hip hop, but I think the people that I surround myself with grew my mindset level of like, you could produce for this, that. So I tried not to put myself in the box. But
I got you.
Those are the key people that I was starting to look up to. You know.
Okay. So rewind a little bit. So in high school, did you always want to be a producer or work in the music industry, or was it just whatever comes to you or whatever?
At that time, I was just a beat maker. I took my mama laptop to school, literally.
Oh, wow.
Freshman year, she had a purple laptop. And, you know, I got classmates that'll come and be like, yeah, I remember when you was on the purple laptop in the school. Just working on beats while we was trying to do work. And I would have my headphones and teacher wouldn't say nothing. But, yeah, that was...
Wow.
It was me making beats. That was the first goal.
Okay. So, just to fast forward, I did see. Let's fast forward a little bit. In 2017, you quit your job.
Oh yeah.
So if you don't mind me asking, you know, like where were you working and what made you? Because I did the same thing with my career. I quit my job. So what made you do that push and have that confidence to? I don't need to do that. I can go here and, you know, whatever happens, pretty much.
2 letters, L.A.
Ooh, that's
L.A., man.
You right.
I went to L.A. I told my manager, I was working at Quick Trip at the time.
Okay.
Great job, great manager, you know.
Oh, cool.
Like, I wouldn't even downplay it. Like, I loved working there until I got exposed to something different.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I hate this job.
Right.
I would go into work not smiling, like towards the end, not greeting people because they teach you to greet people and say, "Hey, see you again. Come back." You know.
Right.
But what was your question? You were saying.
Just saying what pushed you to have that confidence to quit your job?
Yeah, L.A. I got a brother that go by the name of Gemini. And you know, for those that know him, you know, he did the videos for Dababy and stuff.
Right.
But at the time, he was saying, like, he was the type that'd be like, he had just quit his job. He was like, yo, you could always get another job. And I was like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I got this job. Like, it pays well.
Right.
You know, hypothetically. And then it was just like, you know what? When I went to L.A., I told my manager, I was like, yo, can you take me out the schedule? He was like, cool. Just let me know when you're coming back. A month go by. and I get like it's a whole story behind this. But fast forward, I go to LA, get stuck in LA, don't have no money to get back
I
home.
was gonna say, literally get stuck.
Literally got stuck.
Oh.
Didn't have no money because we young at the time.
Right.
So
you put it all on that LA
I
trip.
put it all on the LA trip.
Fair.
And then he was like, yo, he shot me a text like, when you coming back? And I was like, I'm not coming back. he never texted me back after that. He never said anything to me after that. So yeah, that was that. Like it was. I know it hurt him, but it was like, yo, you knew I wasn't gonna be here like for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I wasn't making a career out of this.
Right.
Plus, I'm sure you understand. Like people got dreams to chase, man, and some people willing to chase them. So
Yes.
Right.
Facts.
I mean, his dream was just trying to be the highest in Quick Trip, but that wasn't my goal. Like they were trying to make me manager. I'm like, no. Like,
Right. Yeah. Thank you, but that's not
but
what
no,
I'm aiming for.
But it was a great
guy.
guy though. I can't say nothing bad about my manager.
That's what's
So
up.
so when you quit your job, so you stuck in LA, you quit your job. Kind of what did that moment feel like? Like what were your feelings at that time?
You're back against the wall, low key.
Well, I was still staying with my mom, so that was one thing. But it came a time when I first got my first job, like my mom, I wasn't dependent on my mom. So when I went to LA, I was definitely not dependent on my mom. I think I was just raking in a couple of coins off of music, like recording people. But I don't know, like I just went out there and just was like, yo, like I'm gonna make this happen. Like, I gotta make this happen. So I went out there with an artist named Daenerys Farrar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, word, yeah.
So
Shout
we was out there for like a month, and he was just showing me around. I ran into people like Russell Simmons, like you just name them. Like, but I was out there in that time. Ended up shooting stuff with the real goats, like so. I got a good eye with the camera and stuff like that. So it was just you know.
I said you do.
Yeah. So it was just like one of those things where they was like, hey, like if you work for us for like a week for this upcoming gig, like we'll make sure we buy y'all tickets and give y'all money to eat. So it was me and my brother. We both was stuck. So, but he was transitioning on like moving out there. We both were, but of course I wasn't trying to do videographer work. So they ended up sending me back home, sending us both back home. But he came back here to North Carolina and then went back out there and moved. So that was that, man.
So quick question we skipped that. So are you originally from
North Carolina?
Are you from Charlotte?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
from Charlotte.
Okay. So that's a big. I mean, you went all the way across the United States.
Yeah,
you go chase it.
Took that risk, man.
Yeah.
Took that risk.
I will say to piggyback off the LA thing. When I first went out to LA, you really do. I'll say LA and New York. You really get so inspired, especially if you're in the industry that we're all in.
Yep.
You get inspired. Like this is where this happens. This is where this is what we see on YouTube. This is what we see on TV. This is what we see, XYZ, and you just feel like
it's possible.
Yeah. Right. Yes, it's possible. What they have, I can have too.
Yeah.
Right.
I can. I play my cards right. We can be in the same room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. That gives you a huge boost of confidence. I recommend anyone go to New York, go to LA, even if just for the weekend.
Yeah.
I promise you will come back here and you'll be like,
I'm not.
It's so slow.
And you'll be like, I'm not working hard enough.
Right.
That too. Like even when because me and Stacks, we was out in New York with JStacks. I came back.
Yeah.
With my bad. But I came back and I was like, what a transition. We was on the go, doing this, doing that. Come back, I'm like,
this is so boring.
This is so quiet. It's so boring. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
They doing that. Up there right now, bro, is jumping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
24/7. Literally.
No,
Somebody
literally.
always outside.
On a Wednesday night, you would think it's Saturday.
Chopped cheeses.
Yeah. Man, this guy, look, man. This boy right here, y'all. A chopped cheese. Look, whenever you,
He put you on.
Nah,
man,
he put me on.
I put him on.
Yeah.
Man, we went to the deli. Shout out to the 9th Avenue Deli, bro. That
Shout
is
out
a
to
spot. He was like, man, I need a chopped cheese.
Yeah.
I know a spot, bro. I know this deli. I was like, y'all just gotta listen to me. I'm like, well, where's the deli at? I know this deli, bro. We right around the corner from it, bro. That deli is the best deli in New York.
It's
but
like 2:00 in the morning.
bro, it's 24 hour, bro. Fresh
yeah. It's
food,
New
fresh
York.
smoothies. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, it's New York.
Yeah, it's New
It's
York.
New York. Here, you gotta go to McDonald's.
I think that's why.
Cookout.
And they barely be open.
Barely be open.
Yeah, I
Two
think that's
people working.
yeah. And the ice cream machine broke.
It just don't work.
God, that's what I'm here for.
You feel me? but anyway, to conclude on that, but yes, LA definitely will inspire you. So I'm sure you getting stuck, what some people might look as an L, that's really a W in the long run.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad I got stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's good. That's good. So fast forward, and what year was this?
What year? Whenever I quit,
2017. my bad. I'm sorry.
Whenever I quit, it's been a minute, man.
Yeah.
Like,
So you quit your job 2017. Fast forward 2 years later,
Mm-hmm.
you in the studio with Anthony Hamilton.
Oh, yeah.
And I got 20.
Yep.
I mean, kind of what happened in those 2 years where you flew to LA, risked it all, and then now you in these rooms with these people.
Yeah,
that can
because
really
that's
change,
a gap. That's a
really
gap.
change lives.
I don't know, man. Like I like to say shout out to my boy 20. Like that's my boy. He brought me in on that that situation or whatever. But it was always something with 20. He always believed in me. He was like, yo, he's like the secret weapon here in North Carolina and Charlotte, whatever you want to call it. But he's like the secret weapon. Like, how are y'all missing this guy? So, long story short, I went to church with Anthony Hamilton when I was little at Faith Soldier. So
That's
Oh, wow.
crazy.
Shout out
it's just
Faith.
crazy. And now like his
Life's so full circle,
like it's
bro.
just crazy. Like his even his musicians at right now, like he's like one of the directors at my church that I go to now. So I'm just like, bruh, it's just like maybe
Full
I just
circle.
go to places that got great music or something. We just got great taste.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 brought me in on that, and we got a record with Anthony Hamilton featuring Jacquees. It hasn't dropped yet, but we was talking about it in Times Square. He was like, "Man, we gotta drop that record, man. We gotta drop it." I'm like, yo, we can't.
Y'all
drop
heard it here first, man.
we can't drop this record yet because one thing I believe in is quality, right?
Hey, man.
And no disrespect to anybody's facility, but I was like, yo, I think we could do it better. Now that if it's grown on us, we could do it better. So I'm gonna see if we can put it out, man.
Yeah.
But that'd be a dope record, him and Jacquees.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And 20, so that'd be dope. That'd be super dope.
For sure.
So, kind of after working on that record, was that your first time meeting? I know you said you went to church with him, but in like a music realm, was that your first time being around Anthony Hamilton?
That was my first time meeting him personally, like face to face, like in an environment where he could never probably forget who I am.
Yeah.
And after that, it just came full circle with the Jay Hines situation.
Yeah.
So, but that was my first time meeting.
Okay.
him.
Is that, and then the relationship just started to build from there?
I would say it started there, and then like you go on about your day, and then next thing you know, something just like he started following me. So once you follow somebody, you like, okay, I see what this guy doing. You always
He
watching
just
him.
kind of tapped in a little bit.
Yeah. So it was like one of them things. But after that, like it's kind of like a full circle moment. Like I think our relationship grew stronger when Jay Hines became a part of the situation, which he was a part of the situation before I met Ant. So
Yeah. So you knew Jay Hines before. You didn't meet him through Ant. Okay.
Okay. Before we dive into Jay Hines, I want to rewind it even more.
Okay.
You used to work a lot with Belize.
Belize,
Yeah.
how
My
superstar.
Yeah. Facts. How was it? And even just to fast forward from Jay Hines, because they both have two different. I mean, Dababy has a different style.
Yeah.
Belize has a different style. Jay Hines has a different style. So how was it diving into that world of Belize and shaping a sound with her?
It's crazy because I went to a underground show here and I seen Belize for the first time, and I was like, yo,
She dope.
who is this? And after that show, I reached out to her like constantly. Like, of course, I greeted myself at the show, but I just kept reaching out to her because the industry weird. Ain't no telling what people got their motives or whatever. So
Right.
I ended up reaching out to her multiple times. Like, I'm like, yo, like we gotta work. We gotta work. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I will work with you for free. So she finally gave me a chance. And I started recording her as her recording engineer because that's mainly what I did for her. I didn't really produce, but I was producing when it got to like, I think you should do this, I think you should do that.
Yeah.
But I started working with her, doing free sessions, and then next thing you know, like a couple of songs later, like I'm like, yo, I believe in you. A couple of years later, I would say years, fast forward, she gets signed to Prescription Songs out in LA. And she was like, yo, this is my engineer, and I want to, like, if I'm going to do music, it's going to be with him, pay him. So I wasn't getting paid at all and went to getting paid once she got a situation. So,
Yeah.
so that's how that came about. But yeah, the underground show with
And that just attests to what building good relationships does for people.
great.
So important.
Yeah.
Great,
So important.
because I feel like a lot of people, like, coming into it, you wouldn't get it, but I feel like necessarily, like, every situation ain't gonna be about the money at first.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta kind of work your way up. She was just that loyal to be like, pay him. Like, her whole budget for recording went towards me.
Yeah.
So I would, that, you know, that was a blessing in disguise, because I was able to take that money. I was able to eat, upgrade my studio.
Yeah,
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Belize.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
Belize.
So, okay, so fast forward again with Jay Hines. So, how did you and Jay Hines essentially meet, and was it on a let's work music wise, or was it like a we're just gonna be homies, and then you make music, I'll do this, or what type of build up started with that?
With that situation, I would say shout out to DJ Trap. DJ
shout
Trap
out Trap.
connected us together like that, and it was off of music at first,
Okay.
and then you know we continued. I think Hans was working with a different producer here in Charlotte, but you know, it was like it's kind of crazy because we all met each other around the same time. Me, him, Dababy, like we all kind of, you know,
Right.
So, but DJ Trap brought that Jay Hines situation together. So, you know, he was working with another producer, and then, you know, something happened between them, some friction, and, you know, they just both walked away from the situation. And I was like, yo, Hines, like, I think you dope. Let's go with this. Like, I believe in you for
Right.
free. Because, like I said, it's always going, like, it's
on some
never,
genuine shit.
Yeah, it's genuine. Like,
money
I
will
wanted
come.
to show, I wanted to show my loyalty. So, I ended up working with him, and I forgot what year that was, but up into that year, from that year to now is, you know, how we formed our relationship. But I mean, it's just that's how we formed our relationship, me and Hans.
So, and what year would you say? It was probably
When it was around the time, it's a photo on my Instagram.
Is it the one where you compared you and him to Drake and 40?
Nah. It's one. It's all of us. It's De Niro Ferrara in the picture. It's Dababy in the picture. His name was Baby Jesus at the time.
Right, yeah.
And then Jay Hines and Gemini. It was all of us in the picture. So around that date is that's when I first met him.
Okay.
You know?
I can tell just standing out looking in. Whenever I was with y'all in New York, like y'all, I can tell y'all are friends. I feel like in this music stuff, it's either okay, y'all are only tight because you make beats and I make songs, you know. But when it's deeper than that, you know, we're homies that just happen that I make beats and you make songs, you know, and we happen to get off on that. But I could definitely tell y'all are cool, you know, great relationship, yada yada. So I'm always advocate for the friend over business.
Right. Well, it was. I mean, of course, I was serious about the business at first.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though, you know, like I said, I wasn't getting paid, but it turned into a friendship because, you know, people go through life situations, and I think Hans could attest to that. I was there when nobody wasn't there. When Hans ain't have a car.
Right.
When he was walking, like, this is stuff he'd say. You know, I could say it because this is stuff he'd say. When he was walking, he didn't have no ride. I would give him a ride to the studio. I pick him up from his house, take him to the studio, bring him back to the studio, and then go to my house. Like, so, ride it in my car with no AC.
Right.
But nobody sees that. You know.
Right.
So,
nobody sees that.
Nobody see the
so
work.
that was like the beginning stages, recording in this small room, like a closet almost.
And I feel like those are the tests that life gives you to see. Do you
really want to do this?
do you really want to do this? Because again, that sounds that sounds terrible. You know, you ain't got no AC. You know,
have no AC.
he walking. Who knows how far y'all live? So I gotta go scoop him, go to the studio, probably get something to eat, get some gas, take him back, then go back. You know, all for a studio session. How far you want to? Because easily you could be like, you know, I'm kind of tired.
A lot of
You know,
people don't say that. Excuses.
yeah, excuses.
How hard you really willing to work?
Because that studio session, that could have been the hit that got y'all on. You know what I'm saying? That could have been that one.
That's where Fireflies came from.
Boom, exactly. And see, without that happening, and now again, you know, we can go deep as you want about life, but I'm just a person who was like, without that happening,
Right.
Fireflies may have never been a record.
Never.
Or never would have went how it went.
Never.
Or that beat never would have been made. You know what I'm saying? So that
Shout out to 20 on that too as well.
shout out to him. Go ahead, Tim.
So, like I said, you posted in 2020. You compared your relationship with Hines and the quality of music y'all make in the studio to Drake and 40. So I thought that was dope because first of all, that just showed how much belief you had in Hines.
Right.
Right. I mean, and kind of how does it feel now at this point where y'all really came from like the starving artist
Right.
aspect, and now y'all on tour, y'all in New York.
Yeah, man. I feel like
Y'all really doing this. I mean,
I feel like it's just starting to like turn over. You know, we're still in those growing pains situations types, but I feel like that's the things that people aren't willing to go through right now. And Zebo can, you know, he can contest to, you know, certain situations, but like it's just we're getting started. I feel like we just now getting our foot like this past the door. Like, all right, we can put it down now.
Twisting the doorknob. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So like I feel like that's where we at, but to the outside world, like they like, oh, this that, but yeah, I mean that's true, but it's a lot more to it that you know people see. So I feel like we almost
y'all getting
there, like to having our way, like how we want.
It's more than just they got on the billboard at Times Square.
Yeah,
because you can easily see that. Oh, you know, you up.
Yeah, they on.
You don't know what's going on. Had to go to get to even that point.
We ain't selling our souls though.
Heard it here first.
Jay Hines is not part of the Illuminati.
Right, confirmed here on Last Night Podcast. But I know exactly what you mean. And again, you know, standing out looking in, just even from that trip, I know what goes into a lot of this music stuff. But that was my first hand of. Oh, I'm seeing it with my own eyes. Yeah. Oh, you had to do this to get that. Oh, you got to do this to do that. You know, it's so many people just think it's, oh, well, he's connected to Anthony, so boom, he has $1 million to, you know.
Ain't Anthony Hamilton. Anthony Hamilton got his money.
Yeah, Anthony Hamilton's Anthony Hamilton. I'm not Anthony Hamilton, so I don't get his wallet. You know what I'm saying? I don't get his connect, you know, XYZ, but definitely so much goes into this, man. So many things, just connecting dots, and it might take days. It could take months, years. You know what I'm saying? It could take 20 years for that dot to finally connect to that dot.
It's kind of like you got to be in it to know
you have
how
to.
It is like.
And some people will never get that. That's,
they won't.
Because I have that problem. You know, so many people just, you know, nah, you still shooting music videos. You still, you know, so-and-so still recording. Yes, I am. Yeah. Like this isn't just a hobby. Yeah. Right. Like this is my lifestyle.
Yeah. I'm not doing it because it look cool.
Yeah. Like, no, this is just how you go to work at the bank.
Exactly.
I go into work. I shoot. I edit. You know, yada yada. So people just got different. You know, but like you said, some people just never get how the music industry works. They're just ready for that door to already be open. Yeah. You see it, you know how you said you're opening the door. Well, when it gets open, hit me up.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
I feel like that's the worst time to come in because these people like the Drakes, the Rihannas, or whoever the case is, the babies, like they already got their people.
They sure do.
Y'all trying to come in at when they ain't looking for nobody. But where were you?
We ain't had no AC.
Exactly.
And now we gotta, you know, let's say
a Rolls Royce coming outside.
Yeah. Oh, now you ready to be part of the team? Of course you are. But
or like where was you at when we was recording on the Cracked FL?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You could come. We just gonna pay you, and you could go on your way. You know
right.
What I'm saying? It won't be more family oriented.
No. Go ahead, Tanner.
So. Just digging. Of course, we was doing our research because I wanted to just get to know you a little bit through your Instagram. So I saw in 2020 you got the chance to meet JD, Jermaine Dupri.
Oh,
so
man.
As a
that's
producer,
dope.
I know that was just a big moment. I mean, somebody that's been involved in so many hits, so impactful in the culture. I mean,
Years.
I would say I wasn't aware that he had so many hits. Like not hits, but like so many hits.
Yeah.
And that like I say, that's a full circle moment. Shout out to Anthony for that because he was working on this project with JD.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Jermaine Dupri signed Anthony Hamilton.
I ain't know that either.
I didn't know that. But
I didn't know that either.
Walk in the studio, all you see is plaques. Yeah,
it's just plaques.
BMI awards, Grammys. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So that's how that came about, Anthony Hamilton, And this was before he even signed J. Hans. So that should show you right there, Anthony, he had, like, his motives were pure because you don't bring...
And he really believed in y'all.
Yeah, you don't really just bring people to a Jermaine Dupri studio.
No, that's not
like,
no homeboy
we
shit.
got him on paper. All right, now we can bring him. He didn't do none of that. Like, we just showed up and caught the vibes. Like, stories that will never be surfaced about Jermaine Dupri and women. I'm just like, bro, you crazy. You crazy.
That's hilarious.
Plus, man, I bet like I feel like that's a room you just sit in and listen.
Soak.
Yeah,
Soak
you
it
just
up.
like a fly on the wall, man.
Yep.
And you can't. I don't know. You can't pay for that kind of.
You can't.
Nah,
you can't
can't
pay for that. You can't pay for that kind of game.
You can't pay to play that. So to go back about Dababy. So I saw that you've recorded. You got a couple tracks with him. You got the Keep It Cute. You got Tough Skin, et cetera, et cetera. How was it seeing these songs be on such a grand level?
It's crazy because me and Baby, we started working back in 2000, I want to say 16, 15.
Oh yeah, real Baby
Whatever.
Jesus.
So you found him early.
So like, like I was on him early. So to make records with him now is not no different from when I started with him.
Yeah.
But just how he progressed and how I progressed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, like, I was trying to do free work with him too, like, but I didn't know how to record. So I kind of dropped the ball right there. And then, he just kept his eye on me, and now I go in the studio, I get chills sometimes when he rap. Like, a lot of people, I feel like they won't be able to feel that unless they in the studio with him.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I don't know what it is, but so many people are scared to get in the studio with Dababy. I don't know what that, I don't know if they got this type of motive. I mean, this imaginary thing that from the incidents that done happened with him that they scared to get in the studio with him. But we always work in the studio together, and when we get in and do our work, it's always amazing. Records that we got that will probably never come out, but it's I feel like that's his best work, the ones that will never come out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, so you met Dababy in 2015, 2016. I can't remember the exact date that he signed to SCMG.
Like 2014. It was
early. They found him super early. And then I see in 2021, did you actually sign with BDB?
Yeah, I signed with BDB. Yep.
Okay, so how did that situation? Was that just from y'all's relationship?
Relationship that we already had, like, he was already watching me for the longest.
Yeah.
I think it just kind of full circled this moment, like even him believing in me, whether, whatever, the case may be, but he believed in me,
So kind of what was that? I mean, because it sounds like a lot of the stuff you've accomplished so far is all based off of you really working your ass off.
Right.
And you building good relationships with people.
Right.
So, I mean, from 2013 to 2021, that's an 8-year span. You've done a lot in that 8 years, and you've progressed super fast in an industry where a lot of people don't progress fast. I
think it's not giving up.
It's just working.
Yeah, like risking and not giving up, because a lot of people, they would have gave up by now. Like, literally, like, I'm still trying to get to the situation. Like, of course, like, life is life, but my life is also great. Like, I haven't had a job since
2017,
which is a blessing.
Like, I really make a living off of music. I could say that I got checks to prove that, but it's not just about that. I just didn't give up. And I be trying to tell my colleagues or certain people, I be like, yo, like, look at me. Like, you should be soaking up game. Like,
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's happening right now as we speak.
Yeah, it just don't come overnight. But I promise you, if you do X, Y, and Z, you'll be where I'm at. And then once you outgrow the knowledge I could give you, go find it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, man. Like, so it's just like a full circle moment, man.
That's super dope, man.
And
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so you're so locked in with this that you have your own studios, Diligent Studios.
Yeah.
How did that come about? And this is your studio?
Yeah.
Correct?
This is literally like my baby. But so I started that, and I want to say I started Diligent Studios during like the official LLC. I want to say I started it. Was it before the pandemic?
Okay.
I think it was like before the
Spring
pandemic
2020.
type thing. Like, cause I'm like, bro, like, why don't I have an LLC? I mean,
That's
like
right.
it's like I'm shooting myself in the foot. Like I'm making money, like taxes, all of that stuff. But so Diligent Studios, yes, that's my studio that I started out with. I used to be down the street, right at the airport, over there by the airport.
Okay.
At Compound Studios. Shout out.
Oh,
to
yeah,
them.
Compound, okay.
I rented a room out from them.
Okay.
And that's kind of like where it got started. Like when they was off of WT Harris. Like, so I just moved over with them, and I was just they gave me a fair deal, and I paid them monthly, no commission, and I kept all the money for myself. So
Nice.
That's a good
from
deal,
that
too.
mindset,
Yeah,
it was like business. I thought business, like I'm not about to work this type of situation out when, So it was like one of those stepping stools that they gave me. Now I got my own place to where I could house my studio.
So
and stuff like
so when you got your own space, what year was it? How long?
that. 2020.
2020.
2020. So
2020.
So was that kind of like a dream come true for you? Because I know a lot of everybody. I feel like that either producers or engineers, they start in the closet. I mean,
Bro, it's nothing. Yo,
you start in the
there's
closet.
nothing wrong
That's how
with
you
that
start.
closet, man. That's where the best music came from. Like I said, Fireflies. Like we was literally in a closet sized room. The room wasn't even bigger than this. Like it was half of this room where we literally. But nothing wrong with the closet stuff. But it's just like, I don't know. It's definitely a dream come true, but I feel like I'm not done yet.
I got you.
Like and it's very hard to get studios out here in North Carolina. In Charlotte, it's hard to get them. I don't know if y'all know, but it's super hard because it's like one of those things where people don't. I don't know what it is. Like the landlords, they just not going for it. I guess because it caused so many conflicts of interest.
I think it's more they worried about what could happen, the crowd it may bring,
right,
kind of stuff like that. Because we go through the same problem. I mean, we out here outside of Charlotte, but we go through the same problem out here, trying to find a place to rent. Once you tell them it's a studio,
they like,
their whole vibe change.
So, I don't know if late Dave be lying.
I think it's just attached to hip hop. It's just if you're not in hip hop, right? You're not in this world whatsoever. You think of hip hop, you're gonna think drugs, you're gonna think sex, you're gonna think guns, you're gonna think so you're better off. It's like you're better off just saying, no, I don't.
Right.
I just don't want to deal with none of that. It's gonna be weed. It's gonna be alcohol. It's gonna be somebody might fight. It just has this like name attached to hip hop because the same goes with like a music video. I used to throw a lot of my own shows. Mm-hmm. And now, just fast forward, trying to find venues.
It's hard.
Oh well, it's a music showcase hip hop. Oh no.
Because back in the day, they used to fight all the time.
Yeah,
exactly.
If you was
it was
around,
real Def Jam.
like here in Charlotte, if you was around at these earlier venues, they used to fight around.
Yeah.
Like they used to fight all the time. I remember. It was one show. Fat Man Key came down. 21 Savage was in 21 Savage at the time, man. That was like the last show that happened at that venue. I forgot the name of it, but it was right downtown Charlotte area. But
okay.
But yeah, it's hard, man.
Yeah.
Plus, like, just Charlotte in general, hip hop has a lot of hip hop artists have been involved in things that Charlotte frowns upon.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you got the R.I.P. Young Dolph, but you had the Young Dolph situation at CIAA.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
They was shooting at Gucci Mane tour bus when he stopped here. I mean, it's just...
They could get real reckless out here.
Yeah,
like,
I mean...
I ain't gonna say they be bluffing, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of left a bad taste in the mouth of Charlotte.
Yeah.
But so fast forward. I just have a few more questions for you, Stacks. So fast forward. So first of all, you are you self-taught with engineering?
Yes.
Self-taught. Okay.
Self-taught.
Cool. And also producing.
Right.
Okay.
You started on FL producing,
Yeah,
and
FL.
then moved to Pro Tools, and that's where you learn engineering.
I moved to Pro Tools to record, but then I left out of there and went to Reason. So now I use Reason to do everything.
Oh,
It's
okay.
a certain DAW. So
I got you.
yeah.
Okay. And just one thing that I take very note of you are huge on teamwork.
Oh yeah.
That is one thing. I even saw one of your captions on Instagram. Teamwork literally makes the dream work, and I agree. Things cannot happen. You can't do everything. And I think even artists, they realize that some artists, they want to do their own cover art. They want to shoot their own video. They want to do their own,
You better pay them people.
Yeah, just pay the people. I'd rather,
Save the headache.
let me get Stacks. He is best at producing. So let me get the best of the best. Let me pay him. Okay, Tanner, he can engineer. Let me pay him to engineer. Okay, I can shoot video. Let me pay him to shoot the video. Let me just pay these people so I can get the best. We can all work together.
Yep.
Whether money's online, whether it's not online, let me get the best of the best. And then me as an artist, let me just rap. Let me bring my best catalog, do my best poetry to the line, and then boom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that is one thing I noticed about you. Even just with you, being with you in New York, teamwork does make the dream work.
Yeah.
Teamwork can really
Minimize problems.
Yeah.
Minimize like
Lot of
problems that most people gonna face because they try to do it all themselves.
Yeah. Well, I'm self-made. I did all this.
Plus,
Cool.
I mean, when you in a team, it like everybody has weaknesses, right?
Of course.
I mean, everybody has things they can't do. So why would you not build a team full of people where, all right, I can't do this, so let me find somebody that can.
That can.
All
And
right,
do it the best.
Okay, I'm not a graphic designer. Let me go find one.
Right.
I don't design merch. Let me go find a merch designer.
Right.
Let me go. I don't know why anybody has that mindset. Like I'm gonna learn how to do everything. Like,
well, a lot of people, they got that mindset because forming a team is not the easiest thing to do.
That's true.
100% correct.
And that's some of the reasons why entrepreneurship wise, like businesses fail, because they don't have those skills, those people skills.
Yeah.
And it's something I work on to this day, listening to podcasts, reading books, like trying to get better at my people skills, because I feel like it's some point in time where I became this introvert.
Yeah.
And like but I know everybody. So it's weird. So I'm trying to become this, not become something I'm not, but like work on my extrovert skills.
Yeah.
So it's very hard in trying to lead. Everybody can't do it. So that's probably why they try to do it themselves. And then when you do come along, be like, no, bro, I could do it.
Right.
They fumble the ball because they think, they got this mindset that, I could do it.
Yeah, that I don't need no help.
I don't need no help.
I don't need no help, or they don't want to pay their last dollar to get it right.
Right. Why would I pay him $200 when I can
do it?
I can do it here on this app.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to record yourself?
Right. Hey, you go right ahead, my brother, and please send it to me when you get done. I just want to know how it sounds.
My thought process has always been help me.
Yeah, facts.
Please.
Like
if you can benefit me in any way, and you have something at a high level that you can attribute to the team, bring it to the team. Yeah.
Because my whole thing is, okay, just like you, your baby is producing.
Right.
So you're going to go as hard as you can for that. So let me get the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Why would I get this guy? I mean, he cool. He cool. He does it on the side. No, this dude is doing it full time. He yada yada. Let me pay. How much do you charge? Okay, boom, do that. So I'm always just if this is what you do, like this is what you do, you are a graphic designer. Okay, let me bring you, because you're going to bring the best work possible.
Right.
You're not just going to give me some half-ass BS, blah blah. Because this is your baby.
Right.
I want everybody on my team that, okay, these are your babies. Okay, cool. So we can all bring our best Starfront Hollywood sign, yada yada, to this.
Right.
So that is one thing I noticed about you. But I did just want to say, so right now, Body Like Sizzle with Jay Hines is going crazy. Produced by you. How did that track come about?
Making that? It's crazy. So that track literally dropped on a year ago. Like, so the day the track dropped on, we made it a year ago. So before SZA got her body done, right?
Yeah.
He just came in the studio singing like "Body Like SZA." I'm like, bro, where did this grown man come up with Fireflies, "Body Like SZA"? But he was singing about that like a year before, you know, it dropped. So it's just a coincidence that he had a record that was in his arsenal to put out and be like, pay homage to SZA body, because I mean she got a banging body. But
Yeah.
I mean, not to take away from people with natural bodies, but like everybody like a nice body. You know?
Yeah.
Natural
Let's not be stupid
you
now.
know,
I mean,
you know, natural or put together. So I mean, you know, it's your choice.
Yeah. And just seeing that track going crazy right now, and seeing it perform live, I see y'all are going the whole 9 yards, but y'all have dancers. And what I also didn't know is you're running his set.
That's why
at the spots. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there looking for a DJ. I'm like, you know, DJ, well, I see you with this big case. I'm like, okay, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but you know, he's over here setting up, y'all. I'm like, oh, Stacks is about to run the set.
Yeah.
That's dope. I never would have knew.
Yeah, that's a lot, and that's where I go back and get certain analogies when I say Drake and 40, because a lot of people don't know 40 used to be on the road with Drake heavy until he got sick or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But he still go out on the road, so like just having your producer, engineer, mixer, whatever you want to call me, you know, on the road running the show with, like, I know a sound. Who could do it? Who could do it better? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure it's elites out here like myself that can do it, but like seriously, like you ain't got to worry about the loyalty part. Like it just eliminates. So yeah, I'm out on the road, controlling the processing that's going on with his vocals. And then we just run it to the house, and you know they just get the levels right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm basically him. Yeah. I'm basically his twin. What I say, I'm his twin, but I don't call him twin. Like, you know, that stuff like that, I don't really care to. But wherever he go, I go.
And that's what's up.
Yeah.
Plus, like y'all have that chemistry already,
Right?
And you can't build chemistry like that in one night. Like,
no, you can't.
Like I don't want the house engineer.
Yeah, like I got my own.
Yeah, like
so,
I got the guy that know me.
Yeah, just tell me where to plug in, whatever, and we'll take it from here.
Right, and I feel like a lot of artists, they don't even understand the importance of having something like that for a show.
Yeah.
Or do they even know it exists? Because it exists.
Yeah,
it does.
You know, I think I was the first person I seen that did something like that was ASAP Ferg.
Okay.
So I got just pressed the button, and everything on stage, from lights to auto tune to music, everything just set.
It just came alive.
Yeah. So that,
and that's one of them. I think the DJ and the rapper in hip hop is supposed to be a strong relationship. You know, you're not just supposed to just get with any DJ. You know.
Right.
Just even DJing with Austin Davis, who's Tanner's brother, who's an artist as well. When I was running his sets, we had a chemistry. I know how Austin performs. I know when to take the music out. I know when to ad lib, yada yada. And that DJ artist relationship is so important.
Right.
You're not just grabbing a DJ on Facebook. Hey, I need a DJ tonight to run my set. You know, I got $100.
That's crazy though. Finding a DJ on Facebook.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, and it's crazy because Hans does have a DJ, but as we grow, I'm like, I had to sit both of them to the side. Like, let's look at the greats. R&B is different from hip hop.
Yes, it is.
Got all that. Yo, let's go. Hands up.
Yeah.
It's more laid back, and as you scale your business, like the SZAs or the Summer Walkers or even Anthony Hamilton's, you'll notice it's a live band.
Right.
But some of them got live bands and DJs. But he got a DJ, but we trying to scale it to where we could bring everybody aboard. Because if I had it my way, I have background singers with them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we going to get
there. Coming soon.
Yeah. We're going to get there. But
soon.
the most important part is having him sounding great before, you know, we move on. So,
Right.
So kind of jumping in, I did want to touch on a little bit some of the records you've produced. So I saw that you're credited on Creeper from Better Than You with Dababy and Youngboy. Kind of how did that come together? I'm assuming you're always in the studio when Dababy raps. So Did you guys lay the vocals down and then send it to Youngboy? Because I know he was on
It's crazy
house
how that
arrest at
came-
the time.
Right. So it's crazy how that came about. That situation, I was in the studio at GAT 3 with Baby. I wasn't even signed to him yet. you
Okay.
know. We was just catching up. That was the day that we literally caught up back
Yeah.
up. And he knocked out 2 records. The other one's super dope. We need to drop that. But he cut the record. A year go by. Like, nothing happens overnight. A year go by.
Yep.
Him and Youngboy, whatever their relationship they got, he's on house arrest still, at the time. And he sends it off to Youngboy, and he hops on it, and they working on a joint project. Nobody knows, and I'm like, oh shoot, like, he got on one of my joints. He hit me like, yo, like, I just got whoop on it. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm very nonchalant, but
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like,
Like, okay, cool.
cool. Let's keep it going. Like, like, what's next? But yeah, he did that, and that was definitely a blessing. Like, definitely
That'd be
knock
cool.
that.
That's
Yeah,
a
it was
that's
dope.
a
That's a cool
huge
especially-
artist.
Yeah.
Massive artist.
Yeah.
Right, massive artist with a massive fan base.
Massive fan base, yeah.
I did notice that you also like to do executive producing of
Right.
entire projects. So I don't want to get her name wrong. I saw Victim of a
Heartbreak, Nimshell.
Nimshell, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually ran that project just because I was curious, and I was like, she's dope. She's super dope.
I gotta check her out.
Yeah,
Sweet.
she's super dope. I didn't know what I was going into, but she's
Thank
super
you.
dope. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
And you did a great job putting that project together. So
Yeah, she like one of my experimental type of, like, knock on wood, that's gonna be my first signee as an artist. So,
Okay.
and that's a whole story in itself. But yeah, I've been creating with her for a few years now, like just molding her into a better artist and things like that. So yeah, Nimshell, she's super dope.
So as far as executive producing, a lot of people don't know what that entails, right? A lot of people just see executive producer and they like, oh, well, he just must have been in the studio.
Right.
But
I mean,
how much did you enjoy that process? Because I know it's got to be fun to have that much control over a project.
it was a great process. Like, so Nimshell doesn't stay in the same state as me. So
Okay.
either I have to fly out to her, she fly into me, because I don't send beats to artists.
I got you.
That's like
you like
my-
to be there.
Yeah. So like,
Nice. I respect that. So
yeah.
heavy.
in this case, of course, like as an executive, like some executives don't even touch a piano. But in this case, in the early stages, I'm making the beats, I'm recording, I'm mixing it, I'm mastering it. Like,
Yep.
it's like a one-man show, which I don't brag too much about, because it's like, yo, if I had the team at that time to do it, I would have been like, here.
Yeah.
Like, it would have probably been way better. But not to say it's not good, but yeah. So that's how that came about, that situation with her.
So is that something you enjoyed? You enjoyed doing?
Of course, I like. Right now, that's what I do with everybody. Like, it's more so an executive decision and executive producing thing. I do it with Jay Hans. Like, anybody that I produce with, it's always gonna be an executive situation,
Okay.
unless it's like a joint venture with like.
So you
entertainment
down
career.
to the point of like doing like you structuring the song and stuff like
structuring
that.
it, like recording, whatever I gotta do.
Okay.
See it from the start to the finish.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
Take a lot of talent too.
Yes,
Right,
yes, it
right,
does.
right.
Yes, it does.
Right. So.
So do you have any projects? Kind of. Do you plan to stay in that executive producer role, like as far as actually being credited as executive producer on
Yeah.
projects and stuff like that?
That's the goal, but the ultimate goal is to have my own label. But you know how they saying about labels, they starting to kind of just
Fade
fizzle
out.
out.
Yeah.
But it's always some way to where it could be reinvented and give better percentages,
Yeah.
and certain things
Correct.
like that. Because a lot of stuff that going in the industry, like people
nasty.
have on, they wouldn't even know like what's going on,
Yeah.
like percentages wise, all of this. So yeah, so executive, I always try to play that position, but I know if I want to scale, I'm gonna have to pull back and run the label itself and
Yeah.
venture out the different things. So
I got you.
yeah.
Stacks, that's all the questions that I have, Tanner. Or do you have anything else for JStacks?
I did have one question I was gonna save for the end. So
Okay.
any dream collaborations that
Oh yeah, good question.
maybe aren't necessarily dreams anymore, that they come and them actually happening or
Well, they can.
becoming a little bit more realistic?
I don't think I have any dreams anymore. I think I got kind of
Goals.
past that. Goals, yeah, to be one of the biggest labels.
Okay.
To be one of the biggest labels and be able to change lives. That's the key.
That's a solid statement.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a solid statement. Be able
Because
to
if
change
you ain't
lives.
changing lives, then it's kind of like, what you doing it for? Like,
Yeah.
And any artists that you would want to work with in the future, as far as like people you got on your list, like, oh, I need a record with this person. I need a record with this person.
everybody says Drake, right?
Yeah.
Like, because of the situation of who he is, but I don't really sit back anymore and be like, oh, I want to work with this person. I just be like, hopefully, I could work with that person one day. But
I
like,
got you.
it would be more so the people I already work with. Like, I want to make this person so people
Explode.
could,
Yeah.
so
You
people
want
could
them
be
to
like,
get to that
yeah,
point.
yeah. So I don't really be like, oh, I want to work with Drake. I want to work with Beyonce. I'd be like, oh, it'll be cool to work with them, but the money would be good. But it's just, I don't really have that intention.
You kind of focusing you on your own lane.
Yeah, what
right
I
now.
what I got
And what you
going.
got, you
Yeah.
definitely. I can tell you're very happy with what you have. It's
Right.
not like I ain't satisfied until I work with ASAP Rocky or I work with Drake.
Stop
What I
chasing
got
that.
right now, these are my Drakes. These are
Right.
my Beyonce.
I
They-
just gotta help them get there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, help him get
Gotta
there
help
instead of skip the steps and want to work with him.
Right.
How about we all climb up there and maybe we all get in the same room then? Hey,
Yeah, because one thing I say, like, it's not about money, but that bag will be different when you
Of course.
create a superstar.
Yeah.
yes.
And you got you basically got their whole catalog. Like, you cannot go wrong with that. I think a lot of people, they so into chasing that placement to where you forgot to build a catalog. That's where the money is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that sound, like, they come to you for that sound. So
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
that's how you build that, yeah.
And then last question, what you got coming up for us in 2023 and
Yeah,
2024?
this the fourth quarter.
Only God knows.
Amen.
The
Amen.
music industry is so finicky, but hopefully I could get some of the artists that I already work with, their projects out, some better situations and things like that, business wise. But I don't know. Anything could happen. I just hope,
Fair.
anything, whatever happens, it's great,
I got
Correct.
You ever plan on doing a JStacks album?
Yo, I've got people that asked me that before, but it's like so much work to it.
Yeah.
But soon, hopefully, I could be able to do that and pull it together, because that's what I was doing with my producer camps, and then kind of stepped away from it. So it's got to be something I really want to do, but eventually, hope so. I hope so. What
Cool.
could that say? I hope so.
That's what's up, man. We got JStacks in the building. JStacks, we appreciate you coming through
Appreciate it.
on the Last Minute Podcast. Definitely got to learn a lot about you. And yeah, man, we wish nothing but the best the remainder of the year and the rest of your career. You're always welcome back here on the podcast to chop it up with us. Hope to get some of your artists on here. And yeah, good guy, good producer, good. This the man with the plan, man. I'll tell you what, just even them few days in New York, this the man with the plan, for real. And I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of the J Hines tour with you, and hope Body Like Scissor keeps going crazy. And is there anything before we dive into this last little segment? Is there anything that we didn't cover that you think?
I think y'all did a great job.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Appreciate
that. Yeah. We'll take that. We'll take that. That's what's up. So just as a last little segment before we wrap up this episode, we have this segment called the Last Minute Questions.
Okay.
So we're going to ask you some questions very quickly
Okay.
for 1 minute.
Okay.
And we need you to answer very quickly.
Okay.
And Tanner, side note, I just noticed that this is going to be even faster because it's
Because it's just me and you, so we got less time to think about.
Right. Okay. So it ain't gonna be nothing. Well, actually, I can't say it ain't gonna be nothing crazy. I don't know. But whatever comes to my mind, I'm gonna ask you.
All right.
Everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2.
Favorite song you've been a part of this year?
Ooh, Body Like Scissor, I guess.
Okay. Where did A Get That Baby Out the Street come from?
Boys in Hood.
Ooh.
Favorite Jordan?
Threes.
What's your middle name?
Dimitri.
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
What's one place that you want to travel to by the end of the year?
Bali.
Ooh.
Oh.
Nice.
LA or New York?
I don't know. Ooh, LA.
Okay. Subway order.
Subway or what?
Your Subway order.
Philly cheese.
Okay.
All right,
This
you
man
from,
loves me. Go ahead.
all right, you from Charlotte, so what's your Bojangles order?
I get the tenders.
Okay.
Okay. What is J? What is JStacks? What's the J?
Just my name abbreviated.
Okay. Last question from us.
Favorite city you've done a show?
New York.
New York. I figured that.
What's one thing that you love about what you do, and what's one thing that you hate about what you do?
One thing I love that I do is impact the masses, like have a platform.
Yeah.
The downfall of it is the politics in business at times.
Great. And one last question. Dream car?
It went from a Range Rover to now I feel like it's not no dream because I feel like I'm so close to getting to whatever I can have.
What a word.
Man.
Yeah. I'm here for your energy, bro. You're right. You're right. You're 100% right.
I can do it now. It ain't a dream no more.
Maybe the next car a Lambo, but it's not a
There
dream.
we go.
Yeah, I got you.
Great mindset. Great mindset from JStacks. JStacks, we appreciate you for real for coming through on Last Minute Podcast. Thanks for letting us talk to you and learn more about you. All minds and hearts clear.
I'm good.
All right. Thank you for watching the Last Minute Podcast. Make sure you follow Tanner at Pay to Play Records. Make sure you follow me at Zebo.g. Make sure you follow JStacks at
JStacks Beats.
JStacks Beats. Shout out to our sponsors, Mamacita's Food Truck, Libations Mobile Bar, and Ensemble Stage. If you use the promo code Zebo with Ensemble Stage, you'll get 15% off your 2 adult tickets. So make sure you tap into that in Bernard, North Carolina. Make sure you tap into Zebo's Boombox where you can find your next favorite NC artist, curated by me and Tanner on Spotify and Apple Music. And wherever you are, make sure you're supporting your local music scene. Make sure you run their music videos, run their streams up, so you can definitely support the local scene. And give my dog JStacks a follow. Make sure you tap into him if you need that work.
And go listen to his records. Most of them super dope.
Yes, you probably already ran them. So definitely just go check him out. Go through his catalog and support him as well. Last words.
Y'all take it easy.
Candles.
Bamboo tree.
We out.
But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Oh, Zebo TV, North Carolina. Yeah.